got the STC versus not the STC. I'm sorry, Nada.
That's right. I made the mistake
I'm
before.
like STC. He doesn't lose. So remember, guys, we're down here in Mokdong in Seoul, Korea. So if you're in Korea, come down there. You can watch online at gomtv.net. So please do. I'm sure all of you who are watching now did that because there's no other way to watch except to go to gomtv.net. Go to m.gomtv.net on your mobile phone. Check that out. Watch on your phone. You can watch Nada on your phone. Look at that. He's right there. Imagine if you could see that on your phone. Well, you can if you go to m.gomtv.net. I like Nada's new haircut. That was another reason why you may not have recognized him, because he cut his hair pretty differently.
Top was sitting in the same spot before, and you only get like half a second, if that, to see it before they jump up and turn around.
Well, the other thing about Top, though, that you got to know is they have similar hairstyle, but Top's hair is really dark. You know, it's just like original hair color. He hasn't dyed it, whereas Nada has dyed his hair slightly, brownish, reddish, I guess you could say.
I have to ask a question. How do you notice something that subtle?
I've just seen these things, man. I'm like, I like OGS, I like Nada. Like, what's wrong with... Like, why don't you know Nada's hair color, man? Like, you're trying to embarrass me. I'm like, no, dude, you're the one who's embarrassed. Top obviously has played a lot recently. That's the reason why I know his face so well. Plus, he's been around since Open Season 1. But yeah, I can see why you made the mistake, because they were in the same seat, and then Top turned around. You thought it was Top anyways.
Yeah.
But I recognize the hair. There's Monster. He, I don't know. He doesn't really look very confident, but I think looks can be deceiving. He actually looks depressed. Like, it looks like his best friend just died or something, and that he's gonna have to cope with that before he joins this game.
Well, he does have a big roadblock in front of you, and it can be very daunting.
It can be. To be honest, Nada is possibly I don't want to make an absolute statement here, but I want to say that Nada may actually have the most experience in televised matches and being, in high-pressure situations than anyone else who's ever played in the GSL. That's why you see him when he's sitting there. He's like focused and ready, but he's also calm. I almost want to say he's like a robot, but he's not. He's got good emotions, and the thing about Nada is that whether he wins or he loses, no matter what happens, he talks about the game with his friends, he talks with his teammates, and he says, how could I have won this better? Or if I lost, why did I lose? And how could I have won? What did I do wrong? He breaks it down. Every win, every loss.
Yep.
I don't mean like every time he lives. I mean, most people watch the replays anyways, but for specific matches like this, he's said these things before in interviews. He says them to you in person if you ask him. He really, really likes to analyze everything.
Yep. Well, that's what all the pros do, and looks like we might be going into it very shortly, as I just felt the fire behind us.
I felt it myself. Fire actually here at the studio. TT1 almost got burned by it.
I almost got burned by it last week. So walking down.
It's pretty scary, man. You gotta watch out for that fire. Alright, so there's the players. There's the map. The map is Tal'Darim Altar, like I said earlier. Nada, incredible macro. He's like the STC, except that he plays like Genius, and then you don't really know what to expect from this guy. You might try to go for a fast expand, he might Reactor Hellion you. I mean, the STC went Reactor Hellions himself, but you just don't really know what to expect from Nada, except that you know that he's going to be awesome, and he's really good, and he's really scary. Yeah. That's all you know. I mean, you know all these things, but that's it. You basically know that you don't know. So we're in the map now. Will Nada take out Monster, or will Monster take out Nada? That is the question that you all want answered. We'll find out inside the game. All right, down here at the bottom right, a member of the team MVP. He might be hiding under your bed.
MVP Monster!
A lot of fans in the audience for this guy, actually.
He definitely does look restless there.
He does, man. I can tell he's really, really tense right now.
Mm-hmm. Well, normally you don't see players adjust their chair and stuff like that already in the game.
Right. Now, his opponent up here at the top right, someone who needs no introduction. He is
oGs Nada!
A lot of Nada fans in the crowd. Obviously because it's Nada. The thing about Nada playing at the studio is a lot of girls always come. It's just a given. If Nada's playing, there will be a lot of girls there. Have you seen the Nada's body thread? I mean, come on.
Oh my god, but we do see 2 Raxes going down. Were they? That was 11-11, I believe.
Yes, it was.
Oh, and a 15 hatch coming out.
Yep. So obviously, this is going to be relatively difficult for our Zerg opponent to stop.
Yeah.
An 11-11 timing. I want to say timing attack. An 11-11 opener. 11-11 timing attack. You can buy one of those at the 7-Eleven. It's so easy to do. Anyone can do it. That's what Zerg players will tell you. But honestly,
You pretty much can't get more aggressive.
exactly. You can't do like 10-10. It doesn't really work. You have to do 11-11. And then when you hit, there are lots of different ways to do it. You can bring a ton of SCVs. You can bring just some SCVs. You can put your SCVs on stop position and put your Marines behind them. Sometimes players just really struggle to deal with that because in a tense situation when you're trying to micro your units and there are Marines behind SCVs, you have to target on the SCVs. You just don't because you're freaking out. You know, there's Marines in your base. Dealing with this is another of those builds like Reactor Hellions where you just have to remain calm and deal with it. And this drone has been spotted.
Oh, but he does see those 3 Marines already. That's going to give him a big heads up. Spawning pool is about to finish, and he'll probably drop a spine the second that he can.
Yeah, he's getting that drone ready.
Yeah.
The second that finishes, he's going to drop the spine. There it goes. SCV being chased here. He wants to make sure that a bunker doesn't come up. And here come the 3 Marines. These drones are in trouble. And then Staple, you know what? I think Monster's in trouble in general. He's got a lot of drones not binding. He needs that income right now.
He used to save that spine crawler too, doing a lot of damage there.
Yeah,
There
he
comes some Lings.
absolutely has to save the spine. If he loses the spine, the game will essentially end.
We do have Lings coming through. There are 5 Marines sitting behind this bunker now. He's trying to buy as much time as he can for that spine crawler to come up. He's losing a lot of health though. It is about to pop up and he's just baiting back and forth, but you're going to lose that fight versus Marines. There we go. The spine crawler's up.
Oh, the bunker does finish.
He's actually in range of that spine crawler too. He needs to uproot that and get it out of there.
He does get it out of there, but now the spine is rerouting, and he's going to target it down, or at least try to. There are a lot of Lings, but when there's a bunker to fall back to, it gets pretty nasty. And now even the hatchery is in range of that bunker. Great bunker placement by Nada.
Yeah.
Monster is in so much trouble here. And then when you're in this position as a Zerg player, there's almost no good choice to make. Do you make Zerglings or do you make drones? How long can you buy time for that hatchery? You're going to lose it. You can't save it.
The downside as well is because that spine crawler's on very low health, he can't move it. If it moves forward, it's going to die.
Exactly. He can't make any new spine crawlers because they're not going to be helpful.
No.
There's almost nothing he can do. And it just comes down to positioning. He's going to try to tank with his drones and his Lings to move that spine crawler forward. I don't think this is a good idea, though. There are too many SCVs repairing.
Well,
good Marine micro.
He's focusing down the ones on the right-hand side bunker, but he needs to focus down the rest, but nah. Yeah, not going to happen.
A bunch of Lings popping out here, but he lost too many drones. GG. That's it, man. You let that bunker get up, the game ends. And, you know, some people might go, well, if he just made the spine crawler in a better spot. No, he made it immediately. Yeah. There was no other spot. The creep just barely popped out of the hatchery. That drone jumped right on top of it.
Nada dodging flames. He comes out of the booth.
Yeah, I mean, Nada, he's a guy whose macro is incredible. His decision-making is incredible. But like I said, you just don't know if he's going to 11-11 2 barracks pressure you and then maybe just kill you. You just don't know.
He also did a really great job with those Marines constantly getting damage on the spine crawler as well, because that was going to be the game changer. If that spine crawler had been able to get up with a lot of health, it would have been constantly damaging that bunker and bought him a lot more time.
And on top of that, even when the Lings came in with the drones, he had 3 Marines outside of the bunker, and he microed those back, because if he lost those, then they were kind of stopping the Lings from getting a good surround on the bunker. That could have changed things a little bit. And I don't actually think that he could have done anything differently except stop the bunker from going up, maybe pulled more drones, microed his drones a little bit better. He was trying to chase the Marines down the ramp outside of his base, and you just can't really get away with that. And then after that, he was like, wait, I can't chase him anymore. I guess I'm just not going to stop the bunker. And then the bunker came up, and if the bunker gets up and it can hit your hatchery, something has gone wrong somewhere. And like I was saying earlier, there's not really anything the Zerg player can do. He gets to sacrifice his hatchery. He can't hold it. You know, he can't get another spiner up. If he gets another spine up that's not in range of the bunker, then it doesn't even matter. Like, what's it going to do? It's just going to sit there by itself and not engage in the fight? So you pretty much outlined everything, and I'm just stressing it. I mean, that's it, man. It's a textbook game. 11-11 barracks, really hard to stop. Very unexpected on a map like Tal'Darim Altar, though.
Yeah, absolutely. Noticing as well that Nada did send out a lot of SCVs early to scout all the different positions to get those there as soon as possible. But who are we going to think we're going to see from MVP now? Who's going to be their third player?
I don't know. I think we're about to find out. I think it might be Dong Rigu. He's like looking at the ground suspiciously.
Oh.
I didn't see who that was. Who was that? Oh, it's Keen.
Ooh.
MVP Keen. I actually didn't expect them to send him out today. He's been in Code S. He's actually still in Code S. Really, really decent player. Oh, and actually, I've just learned that, I mean, I may have actually even cast this match, but I cast so many matches I forgot. He got knocked out of Code S this season, or knocked to the up and down matches rather, by Nada himself. He's in Nada's group, so he's out for revenge, Unstable. You can see his win rate there is over 50%. If you see that, and as long as it's over 5 games, that's a decent tell that obviously for those of you guys who haven't been following the scene, he's decent.
Yeah.
And whoa, there's like a parade inside of Nada's booth, making sure he knows what's going on. Obviously there's Top, the STC, Supernova on the far left, and I think that's the win. The coach we can't really see the face of. Just trying to talk strategy with him. Trying to make sure he's prepared for this next matchup. This is going to be a TBT. The map is Belcher Beach. So,
interesting choice for TBT.
Yeah, it really is. Obviously, the 2 watchtowers in the middle are very important for this matchup. There's a lot of places to drop as well, because the Vikings can't see very easily because there's a lot of line of sight block, there's a lot of trees. So if you try to block with Vikings, it doesn't really work that well. Also, the bases are very small. It's hard to block with missile turrets, so drops can be quite effective if you used properly.
There's also that, just behind the gold, there's that cliff that we did see in game. You can siege up under there and start elevatoring up. It's very out of the way for your defenses as well, so that is definitely going to come into play, I think. I just don't see it not.
Yeah, absolutely. What Unstable's talking about is behind the gold base on this map, there's a little cliff that leads into the either player's main, and then if you siege up your tanks there, it becomes very difficult to attack those tanks because to walk around all these obstructions. There's the destructible rocks at the gold, there's the actual gold minerals in the way. It's very difficult to get on top of those tanks. You see it a lot in TVZ. TVT, I think it could still be quite good, though, because you can hit a lot of production facilities if you siege up there. I think you're exactly right. I think we will see something like that in this matchup. Yep. Nada, in this matchup, plays every different style. He's mech'd before. He's done heavy Marine play like Marine King did. He's done, kind of the mix of Marine tank. He's even done Marauder heavy stuff. You just don't really know what to expect. He's a master of TVT. He really is.
Yeah.
And Keen, on the other hand, for TVT, he likes to do what's popular right now, which is to open Pre-Igniter, Hellions, or Banshees. That's kind of his style for TVT. We'll see, though, what he ends up doing here. I'm excited about this match, man. It's like a grudge match.
It is. I'm trying to remember who else is in their group off the top of my head for Code S. There's too many games. I can't remember them all.
Yeah, it's very difficult to remember. I'm sure someone will tweet us on Twitter. Speaking of Twitter, you can follow me at FXOWolf. You can follow Unstable at FXOUnstable. You can follow GomTV at GomTV. These are all just like the most basic Twitter names ever. I'm going to change my Twitter name to something completely silly that's really hard to remember. It's going to be like ASD.
Yeah, but didn't you just already change it for something complicated?
Yeah, I actually did change it from Wolf_Schroeder because someone told me that was a little bit complicated. So, it is a little bit complicated. I'm always trying to spell it on air and stuff. I'm like, you guys follow me, that's SCHROEDER. Then obviously I joined FXO, and FXO Wolf seemed simple enough. It wasn't really taken. It's kind of a weird name to be taken. So, I tried to use Wolf S, and it was taken by someone who only made one post. And it was about, like, Call of Duty or something, and I was like, who is this guy? Why does he have my name?
That's right. So, something might be going on here as we're just waiting.
Yeah, actually both of the players have left the game, so I'm thinking maybe we're using the wrong version of the map, although it looks correct to me. So we'll find out here pretty shortly.
Yeah, of course, this Belcher was changed very recently from its older version. Okay, so apparently they're just setting up.
Yeah, they just want to make sure their settings are all correct, it looks like.
Well, it was a very, very quick game.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a thing about setting up, everyone needs a decent amount of time. And not only is there setup time, but there's mental preparation time. And if you kind of have the mindset of, I have this much time, and then there's something you just get yanked in there. Let's say someone using their iPad to do a little thing for Nada there. But anyway, so there's this mental preparation that's required. And if you're just suddenly yanked out of a game, and you've got to jump in, you're thinking, okay, if Nada wins this, you're going out. And then suddenly Nada just crushes through, and you're like, I'm not ready yet. You gotta prepare. You gotta make sure your mouse settings. You might want to triple check those instead of double checking them this time. But we are gonna jump into it here pretty soon. It looks like we do have Keen back in the game.
We'll wait for Nada, and then we'll see how this one goes.
Yeah, we will. So remember, guys, you can go to m.gomtv.net to watch this stuff on your mobile phone. I bet there's some nerd out there like watching this as a VOD on his mobile phone, and he's like, I am already doing this. Stop wasting my time. I'm like, sorry, dude. I just, you should tell your friends about it. Then I won't have to tell anyone anymore if everyone uses it.
There we go. Looks like all the players now in the lobby. But of course, it is 2-1 currently in OGSTL in the lead. But this is probably the first MVP player that's been known to come out. So they might be keeping an ace in. Well, they're obviously keeping an ace in the back. But it looks like we're going to be getting into it very shortly.
Yeah. Very shortly. There's Keen. Can he get revenge on Nada to beat him in Code S? Let's find out here at the GSTL. This is Jupiter Week 3. I am Wolf, and with me is Unstable. And we're going to take a look at these players for a little bit longer. Alright, the next map obviously is Belcher Beach. We talked about it a little bit. Let's talk about the changes a little bit. There's 2 new watchtowers. There are less entrances to the natural. It's much less open than the natural, but the gold bases are mostly unchanged. There is that one place where you can siege up at the gold base. We may see these things come into play, but we're really starting now. It's going to be MVP Keen versus OGSTL Nada. Let's find out who's going to take this game. Will MVP catch up, or will Nada pull further ahead here at the GSTL?